Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you in the world? Welcome to today's tarot. I'm Wanda, tarot reader extraordinaire. I hope that you have had a really great weekend and you're back in full swing. I think maybe some of you, being the 7th of January, would have gone back to work by now. Thank you for your service. Somebody has to do it, right? So welcome everyone. If I haven't said good morning, good evening to those in the other parts of the world. Look, today we've just experienced, today we're in the aftermath and still maybe reeling in the glow of the recent solar eclipse with the new moon. Now, the new moon is usually associated with like new beginnings, setting your targets. What is it you want to change? So the new moon is all about new beginnings. The solar eclipse, being at that time, amplifies, magnifies the possibility of whatever it is you want to create in your life. And the other day, I was doing some journaling myself and getting right down to the very knuckle bones, if you like, on the reason why there was still some resistance inside myself and what was it all about. And so when I was trying to think of it, like just sitting there and meditating, nothing was coming up, because let me tell you, we have a lot of caves within our body. And those caves have got still some pain or hurt or anguish or shame or guilt from our past, that we have processed that information and it's still there. So when I'm trying to live my life and expand my business and create other goals, I'm feeling a little bit of resistance, like, why isn't this manifesting as fast as I'm expecting? Now, I know one thing for sure, and I follow Eric Ho, as most of you know, that when he says when you set a goal, you forget it. What does he mean by that? You don't forget the goal, but you let the attachment go of that goal with the expectation that should happen instantly. Now, I know that there's some of my clients who can manifest small things instantly. I can too. I mean, I'm the master at parking spaces, right? I can manifest a parking space before I even get into the parking area at the local shopping centre. But when you're looking at bigger things, the dynamics change a little bit. And so this is my question for you today. Do you, in your life, have a lack of money? Answer that question. Hi, those guys who've hopped on. Good morning to you. I've got Florida on the line. Good morning, Brenda. Hello, Melbourne, Gold Coast. I'm loving it. You know what I love to see you on there. And I'm so happy that you're with me today. But I want to share this really important thing with you right now before I go off into another space. If you have a lack of money, what does that say about your inner world? If you can't afford the next best thing and you have to wait for the next paycheck, at the deepest level of yourself, the lack of money in your life is an indicator that you are feeling that you have a lack of self-worth. That's what it boils down to. That's the bottom line. That there must be something from your past that is still like within the caverns of your emotions, and they usually be attached to some area on your chakras, right? They'll usually attach themselves very often when we do a chakra, like a chakra map. Very often the emotions, both positive and negative, are attached in those energy centers. Each energy center has a hormone. And it's almost like a substation, if you like, on the whole channel of your body. But getting back to what I was talking about, if your inner world is not buzzing with happiness, neither will your outer world be. So if you want to change your financial circumstances, start thinking about what you're thinking about yourself and what are you doing and how are you feeling about that. All right. So if you're feeling depressed and sad and miserable, most every day you wake up that way, the thing is you're going to have the whole day that's going to precipitate like that. It's going to get worse. And one day just streams into the other with depression. And so therefore, how can you generate any goodness for yourself, any positive vibration, because you're not feeling it inside yourself? And so you might go, oh yeah, that's my circumstances wandering, you don't know what I've been through and I've got a story to tell you and blah, blah, blah. Well, look, I tell you something else. You can hang on to your stories and you can hang on to being right about it too, and that will still give you what you've got right now. So obviously something has got to shift. Now, I'm not saying you have to, because your truth is your truth. My truth is my truth. Is there one truth? No, there isn't. There are several truths. So someone else's truth will be their reality. My truth and how I believe the world to be will be my reality, and it could be very different to your own. So if you imagine, you know those movies that you watch, those sci-fi movies where they've got someone sitting in a huge chair and they've got those goggles on and they're looking at a virtual reality and they're hopping into it and they're playing this game? Well, imagine the game of life is like that. And so every player who is sitting in those chairs with those goggle things on and they're looking at their virtual reality, their truth will be their truth, you see. So here's a little strategy for you if you want to change your game, and that is to raise your vibration. Even if you're in the worst of circumstances, raise your vibration. What have you got to be grateful for? Maybe there's someone in your life who's looking after you. Maybe there's a doggy or a pussycat that totally loves you. Maybe you do have some things that you have to be that you can be grateful or not have to be grateful for. Does that make sense? Okay, so tell me, do you have a lack of money in your life? Do you have a lack of abundance in your life? And what are you not being grateful for? Because ultimately in that idea of gratefulness, our energy vibration raises, because you know you are here for a reason, and the reason is because you decided as a soul to be here at this time on the planet to help with the ascension and raising the vibration of Mother Earth, because this is a very historical. It hasn't happened before. Now, how do I know this? Well, I've known it since I was a little girl. And I know that everyone here right now has a special mission to play, whether it's for the rest of your life, whether it's for 3 years, 4 years, maybe even 1 year. Whatever that reason is, you're here right now to participate in this ascension. It's a bigger cause. And I seem to have known that since I was a child, and you know that I think that's what led me down the spiritual path so early in my life. I've got more stories to tell you about that one, but they're stories, so anyway, or experiences I should say. But look, just try something on, even if you're a skeptic. Why don't you just for a few hours today think about how lucky you are to be here on the planet? You know, and go out to your garden and have a look at the flowers growing, smell the fresh air, and just go, oh, I'm really lucky to be alive today. You know, I'm lucky to have mum or dad around, or I'm lucky to have my son or my daughters with me who care. That's something, because there will be someone on the planet right now who has none of those things. Okay, they may have no freedom at all. So think about that. And here comes today's card. If you're with me right now, tell me how that resonates with you. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Are you also in the space of wanting to find out more about how you can generate maybe a 7-figure income, 6-figure income? If that's the case, you can put all the goals out there if you like, but if you're not looking at how you're going to contribute to that, what are you going to give in order to receive? Does that make sense? Right, and giving doesn't mean selling. It can mean that, if you're in business like myself, but giving also means giving from your heart. And sometimes a smile is exactly what someone might need. It can be as simple as that, right? Saying thank you to someone who helps you cross the road, or helps you with your shopping. Something simple of that nature. Okay, let's go. Today's tarot. What have we got? Let's have a look. Oh, okay. We've got the King of Pentacles. Right. This is something very important, being the beginning of the year. Check your finances. All right. The King of Pentacles usually represents a real estate agent, a marketer, a banker, anything to do with stock exchange, the material world, businessmen. It's all about that. So here's the card for today. Now I know that some of you on right now are probably not in business, so it means check your finances. Check to make sure everything's kosher. Check to make sure that your bills are paid. Check to make sure that your bills are paid. What else? Your bills are paid. Okay, come on, to get your brain together. Bills are paid and that they are on time. Organise that. Maybe you need to put all your bills together, put everything together, getting it ready for taxes. Have some kind of a system getting it ready for the tax man in July, because organisation is paramount. This guy represents being organised with your finances. Maybe you need to clear out all your old dockets from your wallet. Could be as simple as that. If you've got all these dockets and your wallet is about 10 miles wide from all the old dockets, well, that's money spent already. So get rid of all of those, clear out your wallet, put something fabulous inside it, give your credit cards a bit of a polish, and think of that. So it'll be ingoings, your outgoings, in terms of the bills paid. What do you need to put aside? Start budgeting for something. Maybe thinking about putting $10 or $20 away for the Christmas fund for the end of the year. How can you organise your finances in such a way that, because when you start planning that, the money comes to you? Why? Because the intention is there for growth. Does that make sense? Very important card. On the other hand too, before I forget, you could also have some dealings with a banker today or a real estate agent, and it's a very positive card. So that means that if you're looking for finances or you're waiting for approval, it's all going to come around, especially now with the energy of the residue of the solar eclipse. It's a yes, yes, yes. Does that make sense? You've got until about the 18th of January to get that sorted out. All right, and today I'm going to read for, let's have a look, who is there? Now there's a lady here who I don't think I've read for. Brenda. Have I read for you, Brenda from Florida, if you're still on? Brenda, I'm going to read for you. You're not exactly up at the top, but I can't read the other names. So there's another one above you. I'm going to read for Brenda this morning. Okay, so what's in store for Brenda? Because whatever's in store for Brenda is in store for all of us today. Why? Because we are all one energy and we are in this vibration right now at this time, so it makes sense. And even for those who are going to watch the replay, this message is for you as well. Because there'll be people who won't watch the replay. That's perfectly fine. But this message won't be for them. Does that make sense? Okay, so the mastermind of the collective consciousness is powerful. So Brenda, here we go. Oops, nearly picked up two. The angel of beliefs is for you, Brenda. And the message for Brenda this morning is raise your vibration. Be a little bit flexible with things. Don't be so dogmatic and put things into a certain constraint and go, well, this is the way it is, because it isn't. It's only the way it is in your mind. And maybe that's your limiting factor. Usually when people try to control an outcome, and I know this from doing it myself, it's because we don't trust ourselves enough. So if we're trying to control an outcome and go, this is how it's going to be and this is the way it's going to work and everybody's going to act this way, then that's you trying to control the outcome and you're not letting it go and letting the universe take control on that side, because you are not alone. You are a co-creator, okay? And you create with the highest source of the universe. And so we can create as much as we like, but the universe is the one who gives it. And so therefore you cannot control everything. So it's talking about being more flexible with your thinking. Maybe also in that flexibility, shining a light on another way of thinking about things, okay? And letting go of limitations. Give yourself a break. You know, when we are all not letting go, we're trying to control it, our whole body and our whole energy squeezes in like this. And it's like as if you've vacuum packed your energy, right? So, but when you let go, it's like just pulling. You know, I bought for my grandchildren one of those, you know, tire things that they play with in the swimming pool, and you've got to blow into it, right? When you expand your vibration comes out here, and it's with love and happiness and joy. But when you suck all the air out of it, you're like this. Does that make sense? Now, when you just let go, just let it go. And trust that the answers will come. So you've got the angel of beliefs. So for all of us today, it is time to examine where you're trying to control an outcome. And maybe also with the money guy who showed up this morning, what are you, maybe related to your finances? Okay, and I'm talking about the lack of money this morning. So where is that problem? Where is that lack? Why is that lack there? Look inside. It's not out there. It's usually within. Now, it usually has something to do with shame, or usually something to do with guilt, or usually, mostly, always something to do with I am not deserving. I am not worthy of a six-figure income. I'm not worthy of happiness. Oops, it must be 11 o'clock right now. I've got to get going. I've got 2 massages to attend to very soon. I'm very busy girl today. Feel a bit like Bridget Jones. Anyway, guys, I hope that's been really helpful today. And Brenda, hope that's been helpful for you too, darling. And in the meantime, I look very much forward to seeing you all tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'll be on a little bit earlier than usual, but I know it's still holiday time in Australia, and everyone's chilling out, and rightly so. You deserve it. Guys, look after yourself. Lots of love to you. Take care, and I will see you again tomorrow morning. In the meantime, have a beautiful day, and bye for now.